Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to be bringing you this video playing with some new Wet n Wild goodies. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. First things first, if you are curious about this look, it will actually be up on Wednesday. So make sure to check that out if you want to see that. But let's go ahead and just talk through the products. So first, mine's a little bit used, but I did pick up the poof, whatever, Wet n Wild little poof. I did pick up their new loose setting powder. This is the pink shade, soft pink. I did pick up one of their lip liner pen little things. I did pick up their new Wing Out waterproof liquid eyeliner. And then lastly, I went ahead and picked up the Mega Glitter Lip. I actually realized I did pick up one more, which is the Wet n Wild Clingy Primer. Let's go ahead and jump in. So starting out, I'm just using the Prime Focus Clingy Serum Primer 5% niacinamide. This is supposed to last up to 16 hours. It's very thick. It does feel very nice, though very serumy, and it has a nice amount of stick so far. It does say to let it sit down for a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead, set for a minute, and then we'll come back to see how it still feels. So now that I've let the product set down for a minute, it's definitely less tacky, but it still does have some tack to it. So it is currently now we'll say 4:30. I will come back probably 10 hours each, maybe a little bit longer from now, probably around 4. And then we will do like a wear test just to see how the makeup is doing. Let me go ahead and get the rest of my face on, and then we'll go ahead and jump in with the other products that we have to test. Next up, we are trying this liner from Wet n Wild. It was on their like new section, but like I don't think it's new. I feel like I've seen this. So again, same claim of lasting up to 16 hours. It is breakup proof, wing out, waterproof liquid eyeliner. So this does have an angled brush for wings sharp enough to cut. I used it on this side, and I don't fully know how I feel about this. I think it's going to take some time getting used to it, but so far it has a nice amount of product in it. I feel like I'm wanting to, like I'm tempted just to use it like on the thinnest side. I feel like it's almost like a highlighter. So we're going to try it for our wing. But the only thing I would say is I feel like it's harder to get a fine line. Like I think you can, but at least for me, like as I'm doing my liner, I notice that I tend to move the way that like my hand is positioned. And when I move my hand, I'm then moving like the liner. Okay, so I'm going to try to have this like flat, I guess, with the like the longer part, the fuller part. We're going thin today, not thin, thick. So that did fill it in pretty easy. I'm just going to kind of do some detailed work. I feel like I like this the most when I'm doing that kind of simple like whoosh, but I am noticing as well that it's struggle to have control of how thick my liner is, because as you see, we are really thick on this side compared to this side. And I'm noticing like a little bit of streak edge, but hopefully nothing too bad. I will say on this side, I don't feel like it looks like the most opaque black. And then I also feel like it is a bit shiny. I did use a shiny eyeshadow, so that could be that, but I did also put it in my brows earlier. And I don't know if you can see, but they as well are a little bit shiny. I mean, it's like a subtle shine, but it is a shine. Something I would say though that I do kind of like about this is, for one, it is easy for me to extend my like wing. Both looks I've had to do this. But something I like too about this kind of sharp edge is if I find my liner is not quite like how I like it, I can almost just go in and lightly tap, and because it has that flat edge, it makes it a lot easier to kind of like create a sharp line. So I do feel like in that aspect, it really can be nice and beginner friendly. And then just because I have it, I am going to go ahead and also use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Mascara. I remember not liking this in the beginning. I don't fully remember why. I do think it is pretty waterproof, so maybe that was it. But honestly, lately, all of my mascaras are waterproof, so I don't necessarily mind that. But I would say the lashes look nice. So at the end of the day, I will come back and give you my final thoughts on that. Okay, so sorry, I'm having to refilm this part because I accidentally stopped the camera, but I was talking about that I love, like, the curvature of the sponge because it's really easy to hug around the eyes and really easy for me to hug around the brows. And then you have, like, this bottom part that you can really press in the rest of your powder. And then I will say this powder does feel really finely milled to me. Definitely a lot comes out of the top here. So far, this feels like a really nice powder. So everything is set, and honestly, it feels like so silky smooth. I did try to apply a little bit of blush. I don't know if maybe because the powder is so, like, it's like there, but anyways, okay. Let's go ahead and move on to lips. So I am just using the new lip liner stain. So this is what it is looking like. It's really interesting. So it's very flat on one side, and then it's thick. This is in the shade Spilled Wine. This is the first ever time I would try a product like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my best to follow my natural lip line. So we are here. To be honest, I am a little regretting putting on the powder because I do feel like putting on powder first. I do feel like that did kind of mess up the tip of the applicator. I'm just gonna say though, I had done like a little bit on my hand. I'm trying to rub it off. This stuff stains though so fast and so well. So we are using two lip products. I do have this mega glitter one as well. What I'm tempted to do is put this one all over my top lip and then allow it to set down. We'll put this all over the lips, and then I'm gonna not touch up throughout the day, and we'll kind of just see how the lip stain does on the top if we have any issues. Or should I do weird and do half? Maybe I'll do that. Let's do just half. So this is what we're looking like. Honestly, it feels really comfortable. It does look like it has a little bit of a shine to it. We'll definitely see if that does matte out, but I feel a little bit like there's been on my lips, but honestly, very, very subtly. And then I do like that it looks like I was able to kind of build up a little bit to get this shade. Honestly, the shade is so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and go in with our Mega Glitter Liquid Lip. So this is in the shade New Soulmate. It looks like this pretty red shade. So unfortunately, you can totally see the lip stain underneath. I hope it's not too noticeable. We're going ombre, but I'm going to go ahead and give this a couple of minutes to dry down, and then we'll go ahead and release the glitter. So lips are completely dry now, and this is a really pretty liquid lip color, even if you don't want to get the glitter out. But what? I feel like I always struggle with these type of products, so I'm just going to use my finger. Yeah, I can. There we go. It feels weird because you're rubbing off a little bit of the product. I wouldn't say it's the most glittery of products, but I still think it's fun. And regardless, I think it's a really pretty shade. So let me go ahead and go the rest of my day, and we'll come back for a check-in. See you then. All right, here we are. Long ways from this morning. It is now 4:10 as I am filming this, and honestly, I'm shocked. I am very shocked of how good my skin still looks. I wish that I was able to show you a bit better, but I feel like I am looking a little bit shiny here. But honestly, compared to any of my other products, I actually, my face still feels powder fresh. And I was working hard today. I definitely had moments where I was feeling either, hate to say it, but a little damp, we'll say, or even a lot of times my nose has really been getting super oily lately. And really, no issue at all. A very light amount of shine, but honestly, it still feels really smooth from applying the powder. So I will say the powder is probably my favorite thing so far. Now, I did not realize that this powder is meant to be slightly luminous. I don't necessarily mind that. I tend to like the kind of idea of a soft matte. So I feel like this powder did this very well. As well, the primer probably also really helped with that. So far though, both of these products I super love. I think they are super good and definitely worth the affordable price point. Let's go ahead and talk through the eyeliner. I think the eyeliner looks pretty much how it looked earlier. It does look a little bit textured, if I am honest, compared to some other liquid liners that I would normally use. I know that part of it is going to be where I put that shimmer down first. That can make it textured, but even on the wing, it's a little bit, it's still not bad. It did last really well on the brows. Same kind of issues I feel like I was having this morning is that I do wish that it was a bit more matte. And then I don't know how I feel about the shape. I don't, except for the little trick that I showed you earlier with like correction. I don't know if it's going to be like my perfect eyeliner, but I definitely am going to still keep playing with it just to see if I like it. Going along with that, the mascara, honestly, I don't remember why I hated this mascara because I think it looks really nice. I have zero transfer. Definitely check the description or like a pinned comment because after this, I'm going to go ahead and wash my face off, and then if I'm having an issue taking this mascara off, that might have been the thing because I do feel like I remember, and I always tend to use like a cleansing balm, and I still felt like this mascara kind of lasted, so it might be something like that. This is like a super heavy duty long-lasting mascara, so definitely check down below to see if that is what that possibly might be. Also, hopping back in, I forgot to say, this powder puff though, I like it. I know that there's like so many different powder puffs out there right now that probably look like the same shape, so of course, find one that works for you. But I'm really happy that I did use this, and I really do think that it did help to set my face better. I really do like this. I think this was definitely a good one. And then I went ahead and zoomed us in a little bit for the lips itself. So I'm gonna say I think that both lip products lasted really well. You probably can see here that kind of just normal where I ate, it did kind of wear off. I was a teeny bit bummed that the stain itself did not hold up. Then again, I don't know if it's because I had put another lipstick on top, so I'll probably have to play around with this again just on itself. So again, check the description and or a pinned comment. There I will have some updates. I'm also planning on doing like a video in the future, kind of just talking about all the new stuff that I'm trying, showing you my favorites, all of that from all this new fun stuff. The liquid lipstick itself, honestly, I think it held up really well. I have not reapplied this at all, so I think it's held up really well. The sparkle is very fine in my opinion. I honestly did not necessarily expect it to be crazy shiny. I've had products like this in the past, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't feel like it releases so much sparkle that I feel like I've seen like in other videos. I feel like this is just kind of how this product worked, that it has a little bit of glitter, which is cute. But even completely honest, this is such a gorgeous lipstick just within itself. Definitely if you would like to maybe put on like a lip balm. I feel like I'm kind of used to this like feeling, but the inner part of my lips is feeling a little dry, a little rough. So just kind of keep that in mind. But besides that, honestly, I don't think there's anything that I've tried just today that I dislike. I think everything is actually a winner, which I'm kind of shocked about because normally there's at least one or two things and I'm like, eh. But I'm really excited to play with all of these different things. So definitely let me know what you think of all this stuff. Are you gonna try anything out? I am so excited to continue this series. Playing with drugstore makeup literally is just, it's just where I feel like I'm going. So I'm definitely going to continue with this. That is going to be it for me. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Make sure to subscribe if you want to. Leave me a like, comment. All those things really do help out. And I'll see you in my next one. Okay, bye.